So from 1920 to 1933, the U.S. government imposed a law that prohibited the use, sale, and possession of alcohol. And as we all know from our history books, this led to a huge increase in gang activity, violence, and organized crime. As the saying goes, history repeats itself. So why would the government initiate $1 trillion war on drugs and pass a law prohibiting the sale, use, or possession of the world's #1 cash crop? With prohibition of marijuana in the United States, we have seen a growing trend in gang violence and organized crime, but drugs are still more available and more potent than they were in 1972 when Nixon officially announced the war on drugs. The drug war is a complete joke, and the prohibition of marijuana does not work. My name is Alec Pinto. Today I will be discussing the cannabis plant marijuana in order to persuade you that it should be legal. First, we'll discuss the problem, next some of the causes, and finally the solution. First, we'll start with the problem. Obviously, the problem is that marijuana is not legal. I mean, that's the biggest problem. Marijuana is not legal, which doesn't make any sense to me because cannabis prohibition is just a gift to organized crimes and gangs. I mean, if it's illegal, then it keeps their dealers in business, they keep making money, people come to them to buy the marijuana. But with legalization, it would push cartels and drug dealers away from selling weed because they would no longer have business. People would just come to the store and buy it legally. With it being readily available and at better prices, gangs and organized crime would be lower. But also, why is tobacco legal? According to the Union.com, 450,000 deaths each year come from tobacco. That's more than AIDS, heroin, crack, cocaine, alcohol, car accidents, and fire combined. Alcohol also accounts for alone only 85,000 deaths a year. So alcohol and tobacco, two of the United States' biggest products, account for over 500,000 deaths a year. That's a lot. And I know personally, because I lost one of my best friends, passed away about 3 years ago from a drunk driving accident, so I know personally how it feels to lose people from alcohol. How many deaths do you guys think come a year from marijuana? Zero. Yep, zero, none. And it's a proven fact that it takes smoking up to at least 2 times your body weight for you to overdose. So, I mean, everyone in here is at least 100 pounds. You would have to smoke 200 pounds of marijuana to overdose, which is basically impossible. Yeah. Now that we've looked at the problem, let's look at the causes of why marijuana is illegal. There's many misconceptions. Many people think that marijuana kills your brain cells, it makes your short-term memory very bad, all that stuff. But the brain cells myth arose from a 1974 study by Dr. Robert Heath at Tulane University. He administered 63 joints in 5 minutes once a day to a group of monkeys through gas masks. And I don't know, 63 joints is a lot for 5 minutes. I mean, I don't even know anyone who can do that. So, I mean, the loss of brain cells was obviously because of the lack of oxygen, not because of marijuana. I mean, if you have smoke in your face, that much smoke, you're obviously going to lose brain cells. But because of this ignorance, the study is still cited today and is credible evidence by critics. Also, marijuana is said to be a gateway drug, but it has been proven that there are no psychoactive properties in marijuana that would make someone try harder drugs. According to the Union.com, only 1 in 104 marijuana users use cocaine, and less than 1% use heroin. Now that we've talked about the causes, let's go on to the solution. It's not very hard. I mean, all we have to do is just legalize marijuana. It's not hard at all. We can legalize and tax it. We can make billions and billions of dollars as a nation. As a student body and as a class, we can vote yes on all upcoming ballot measures that are pro-legalization. I know there was a bunch last time, but I mean, I know probably like me, I don't really like to go vote. It's kind of boring, but we're the people that are going to be running this nation. Our generation is coming up, so we're going to be having to vote on these policies and stuff. According to HuffingtonPost.com, the profits from legalizing and taxing marijuana could generate anywhere from $45 to $100 billion a year. And combined with the $14 billion it would save us each year to enforce prohibition, that number could be as high as $114 billion. That's a lot of money that our nation could use right now, especially in this debt that we're in. So as you can see, we talked about the problems of prohibition, the causes and the solution. It's only a matter of time before marijuana becomes legal, so I hope you guys hope some of this information has changed your opinions about marijuana. Thank you very much.